Hey everyone, I'm Chaz and this is Con, and welcome to our recap of the Lake Davidson Sprint Triathlon Relay. We're here at the Lake Davidson Sprint Triathlon. We are doing the relay. There's Lindsay and there's Dave. Lindsay's doing the swim, obviously. Dave's riding and I'll be running. We should be starting the first couple of waves right here. We're about midway through the waves, the relay start. We're not starting for another 20 minutes or so. This guy wants to participate too. Hey, buddy. This is the collegiate NCAA competition going on right now. Tight grouping. All right, Lindsay's about ready to get in the corral and get in the water. Good luck, Lindsay. How do you feel?
You know, like I haven't been swimming very much.
Awesome. Oh, late
my God.
Oh no, we lost the goggles.
Good luck. 10 seconds to the relay start.
Go Lindsay!
Lindsay's in the pink.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go, Lindsay!
Maybe Lake Davidson's a little, I would say this is warmer than Lake Norman's side. True Lake Norman's side.
Staying at the front of the pack there.
Wave number 5, sky blue cap.
Lindsay's on the swim. Dave's making sure his bike computer is set and everything's ready for the transition. How you feeling, Dave?
Gonna do it.
Okay.
Get it done.
All right.
Okay, left foot.
Right here.
Good job. Crushed it.
Shit.
Should have practiced this.
Yeah, we do.
There we go.
Sorry, guys.
How was it? It's cold, wasn't it?
No, really.
What?
All right, here we go.
Go, Dave. This is NCAA T2. They just came in off the bike. Draft legal. So they're all starting to run at the same time. Jeez. So I'm doing my warm-up right now while Dave's on the run. Lindsay was second out of the water. There was a high school competitive swimmer who was ahead of her by about 40 seconds. And they have a high school cyclist who Dave is trying to track down on the bike. We'll see how that works out. And I will be running against a high school runner. We'll see how this works out. Great ride, Dave, great ride.
Somebody get off.
All right,
Let's go, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. Careful.
Little fast. Looks tight. Like Dave got us the lead. Now we just gotta hold on.
As soon as I make this left on this
Thank you.
path, the rest of the 5K course is one big out and back, and most of this greenway is pretty skinny, so it gets hairy
Come in
getting around
middle.
people.
Thank you.
All of these other runners outbound and inbound are collegiate runners who started in earlier waves.
GPS is horrible here.
This path is known to be pretty bad for GPS signals. At times it was reading 45 seconds to a minute slower than I knew I was running. So I had to just have faith in what I was feeling. The setting for the swim course and run course is the Train Industrial Campus, which really is a beautiful backdrop. And it's private property, so we only get to run on it during this event.
Jesus. No way I'm doing 6:45s.
And that was me expressing my frustration at the GPS inaccuracies. You're probably going to hear me doing that a few times during this run.
Oh.
So after navigating that tight turn, it's a good time to talk about my shoe choice for today. I ran in 361 degrees Miro Nude, which is the lightest race shoe that I own, lighter even than the Streak Fly 2. And it's not the best choice for this course, but it is a little more forgiving than the Streak Fly 2. And after a heavy week of training, I wanted something that wasn't quite as hard on the legs as the Streak Fly 2, but still very fast. Also, even though I've done some workouts in the Miro Nude, this is the first time I've really had a chance to race in it in anger. For these parts of the course where I'm going in a reasonably straight line and just trying to remain fast, that's the best thing that the 361 degrees Miro Nude does. It's not as good at the sharp corners, but it is incredibly light, incredibly fast, and good for just maintaining that fast 5K effort. I also know from this shoe that I definitely don't need something even more unstable like the Asics Metaspeed Ray. If you're looking at the metric stats on the screen, my normal 5K pace is between 16 and 17 kph, which would be close to a 5:45 per minute pace, and the GPS in these woods is not showing that, but my effort certainly is. And my finish time was, while not quite that fast, you'll see, still a little bit closer to what it should have been. Starting behind these waves of non-relay runners is nice because I have rabbits on course. There's always people heading towards me, and there's always people to run down and catch. This is one of the straight and open parts of the course where I really can get a good idea of my pace and my effort, and I will also hit it on the way back in with about a mile left to go until the finish, since it's an out and back course. But there will be some wiggles and hills and turns in between now and then.
That 1 mile seems off. Because I'm surely going faster than 6:21s.
GPS inaccuracies aside, that first mile marker was a bit long.
The one hill.
This little hill was one of those times where it helped to have a rapid ahead of me.
On your right, Clark. Thanks. Bless you. Tight turn. Good job.
Another sharp right, and then I head up towards the turnaround, and then we have to do all those tight turns again in reverse.
Hey, Pamela. All right. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah, buddy.
And that was young Thomas, who was on my Tobacco Road relay team last year when we won and set the course record in April 2024.
Tracking for about 18 high, hoping for faster.
Now the rest of the course is back the way I came, except for the last 300 meters or so, and I'm going to have to navigate around oncoming runners that I've already passed and from later waves.
Go, go, go. Just have to ignore GPS.
The direction from the race marshals is for all runners to stay on the left side to avoid head-on traffic, but you will see that some runners either didn't pay
Left
attention
side.
to that or just didn't have enough room. It gets tricky.
Down the hill, coming up.
At this point, I'm looking for the next relay team runner, and if I haven't seen them this far into the return of the out and back, I think I've got a pretty good margin. I don't ever recall seeing a mile 2 marker, but I do remember at this point thinking I've only got about 6 minutes of running left.
Going inside.
Despite the fact that there's not a lot of elevation change on this 5K course, the windy nature of this footpath and the head-on traffic and traffic going both ways make it so that it's not really as fast a 5K as one might hope. But this is fresh tarmac on the path. In the past, it's been really cracked and had roots coming up through it, and it's nice to not have that this year.
Gotta ignore the GPS. Ignore it in the woods. Just gotta go by feel. Make it feel hard.
At this point, I'm looking at my watch and doing the math, and with about 1 kilometer left, I am thinking I'm not going to get anywhere near what I think I can run on a fast 5K course, which would be 18 minutes or under, but I can secure a high 18s time.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Ronnie, nice work.
Thaden.
That was Thaden James, the pop culture columnist for the Charlotte Observer newspaper. Here comes the tight roundabout turn again, except this time I get to take the inside.
Oh, fuck.
As you can see, there were oncoming runners on both sides there.
Here's the next relay team. Comfortable lead.
So it's just about 1/4 of a mile left, and I can hear the MC at the end. and I just want to still secure that sub 19 time, even though I think I could have run faster. Now I just have to get around this little bend in the lake and then past where the swimmers came out of the water, and then the final straightaway.
There's 18 minutes.
You can catch some cyclists coming in their final 100 meters or so to transition in the background.
200 meters, you got it.
And you can tell that this next part is part of a long barefoot run that the swimmers had coming out of the water and into transition 1.
It's wet from the swimmers.
Very nice finish.
1850s. Thank you.
Nice
Thank you. First overall relay team.
work.
107, was it 107.12? Something like that.
107 something.
Right. With swim was
53.
11:53. The bike was 33 something. Long.
20 and a half miles an hour average.
Okay, and the 5K was 18:47 officially, but some long transitions.
I was also a runner.
So as per usual, we'll finish up this recap with a little shoe talk. I've talked about the 361 degrees Miro Nude during the race already quite a bit, so this won't take long. In my men's US size 9.5, this shoe is 120 grams. That is like 4.2 ounces, and that is 10 grams lighter than the Nike Streakfly 2 in the same size. However, this shoe, even though it's lighter and airier, it is more of a cruiser than a cranker. There's very little outsole. The outsole actually reminds me of the outsole on the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2, where there's a very thin rubber. It's grippy enough. Even on the wet surfaces it did all right, but it's a very flexible rubber. It's almost like an extension of the midsole, so I don't think it's going to last a while. All of this dirt and all of this creasing has occurred within probably less than an accumulated 30 miles of running in this shoe, so it's really a race day only shoe, maybe a few short workouts in it. I don't think it's meant to last a long while. I got these at a reduced price. I think normally at full price they would be $215 if you can get them in the United States, but they're very hard to get and they're in very limited sizes, so I don't know how available they are. In the Asian market, I bet they are a lot more common, a lot more easy to get. But this upper is paper thin. It kept me locked down fine. I just didn't feel so secure on all the sharp turns on that course there. However, I would consider using this for up to 10K. And hey, I've seen people run marathons in these. When I ran the Houston Marathon, I got passed by a guy who was wearing these, and good for him. But this is going to be a short course shoe for me. All right, that's it for my recap and my shoe talk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next run.